I don't know if anybody's in here. If not, let me know if you can hear me. It's a little bit late, but we're getting ready to cruise out to Mr. Ulrich's house. It's a little early too, but I want to get out. I want to get to his house before it get too dark, y'all. Nobody's in here yet. Oh, we got one person in here. We got Stacy. What's going on, Stacy? My bad. I got the oop, 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 oop. I always had this air freshener in the way. It's a bad air freshener too. Maybe I should take it down. Maybe it's time to take it down. Maybe it's time to put a new one up, AP. Give it a break. Give it a break. All right, y'all. So we're headed to Mr. Ulrich's house. We're going to try to get over there before it get too late, all right? Because as y'all can see, it's pretty dark. Somebody left a comment on my community post saying, isn't it going to be dark by the time you go? But y'all got to remember, I think I mentioned this in the episode. Mr. Ulrich don't get home until, is the service that bad? Y'all, can y'all see me? Am I clear? Like, what's going on? It seems like if I don't stream with my iPhone and I stream on the Android, I have issues. I should have just streamed on the iPhone. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's start over. Let's start over. Can you hear me? All right. Can you see me? Is it glitching? I know it's not the best, but is it good enough to deal with? This is what I'm telling y'all, man. Like, it'd be so hard to live stream because when you're traveling throughout town, your cellular data is good in certain areas and then weak in certain areas. So the more we get closer back into town, the better the cellular data will get. But it's bad over here, obviously. It's dropping out. All right, I want to tell y'all too, while we're already here, if you know about my second channel, it is under the tag AP is online. AP is online. If you know about that second channel, my advice would be to tap in, to subscribe to that channel, because I'm going to start doing these type of live streams over there. I don't want to really crowd up this channel with too many videos that don't pertain to my tall grass videos. So with the second channel, since I wanted to start doing live streams more, we'll just do it on the second channel, and I can do all different type of streams, but I'll do it over there. That way, it don't really interfere with what we have going on this channel. And Al been on me about doing more on that channel. He's like, man, like, you started that channel and you ain't really doing nothing. I talked to him the other day. I was like, man, I started the channel a year ago. It's about to be a year. And if y'all know about YouTube, you have to hit your milestones within the year of starting your channel if you want to be a partner with YouTube. As y'all know, I keep it transparent with y'all when it comes to these channels, man. I ain't got nothing to hide. Y'all know that I make a living off of this, and to be honest, I live paycheck to paycheck because I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing with my nonprofit. So I'm comfortable with what I have in life. I don't have much either. Y'all probably look at me like, oh, you got a lot going on. I really don't, y'all. Like, I just be out here just living a single life. I'm a single man. I ain't got a woman yet. I'm just out here taking care of myself. So if I can take care of others while I have the time to do it before I have a wife and kids, then that's what I'm going to do. And as long as I'm comfortable, I'm fine. Literally, I be living paycheck to paycheck. But I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I'm not stressing out. I'm not saying I'm living paycheck to paycheck stressing out. I'm living paycheck to paycheck comfortably with some savings in the bank and making sure that I really help people with what I'm doing on YouTube. This is a blessing to have this opportunity and this position to be on YouTube as a content creator, and you have people all around the world supporting you and helping you carry out your mission. Like, this is an amazing thing, y'all. Like, this is an amazing thing. I never thought in a million years I would be in this position. So while I'm in this position, I'm gonna make sure I use it for the greater good. Like, this is amazing. It's amazing. I know y'all are typing things. Y'all know I'm driving, so just give me one moment. We are on the way to Mr. Ulrich's house. He should be home. Mr. Ulrich should have just been pulling up, and I've been like mispronouncing his name every once in a while because he started off by telling me, like, emphasizing that people mispronounce his name, and I've been saying it the wrong way because he emphasized it, and it's stuck in my head that way. But it's really pronounced, y'all, Ulrich. It's not Ulrich. I said Ulrich in the first video, if you notice. It's Ulrich. So I'm trying to say Ulrich more and get it stuck in my head. Oh, I'll tell them y'all said hello. We about to pull up here in a little bit. Give us about 10 more minutes. We'll be there. I just left from the basketball court, by the way. I was practicing. I have to, whether I'm playing with people or not, like, since I started back playing basketball, it's like something that I can't stop doing. I might take like a week and not play, but if I don't play for a full week, I start having basketball withdrawals. I'm like, oh, I need to play. And that's what happened today. Kind of snuck up on me. Shout out to everybody that has purchased merch. Shout out to everybody that purchased merch, man. It felt so good. Like, y'all gotta really understand. I made the website myself. I made the merch myself, all the way from the designs to printing the shirts. It's an amazing feeling when you make something from nothing. Sales, like people buying your stuff. Sales, like people buying your stuff because they like what you're offering. Like, listen, I tell y'all all the time, I really mean it. Like, but y'all have to realize, like, this is one, like, with this channel, I'm able to live out my dreams. And I know y'all got to realize, like, think about your dreams. All right. Think about the dreams that you have. Imagine if you had people all around the world supporting you and making it possible to live out your dreams. How would you feel? I know sometimes y'all think about, like, hey, P be too emotional. Y'all got to think about it. Y'all got to realize, man, like, I come from nothing. All right, like zero, like ground zero. Like, I was talking to Al the other day, it wouldn't be an idea for him to have a documentary made, like, and have me included because he changed my life. And I tell y'all this, like, this is real deal. Like, if y'all find an inspiration within our country, I hope you are, because we are two regular dudes from little Florida, and we came from nothing to something. Like, I literally watched Al stress out before YouTube about starting a lawn care business. Al used to work at Winn-Dixie. All right, Al worked at Winn-Dixie for years. Not Winn-Dixie, Publix. He gonna kill me for saying Winn-Dixie. Y'all know Winn-Dixie and Publix beef. They don't like each other. But he worked at Publix. My bad. And he worked there for years, y'all. Like, Al worked at Publix since he was in high school. All right, and he ain't never worked any other job but Publix because it was secure and they had good benefits. It was secure. And I remember, man, like, him telling me back in 2013, like, him telling me, hey, man, I want to start a lawn care business, because Al has been cutting grass since he was a little boy with his stepdad. His stepdad had a lawn care business. I think he still has it. And he's been cutting with his stepdad since he was, like, young boy, like 8, 9 years old. So he knows that it was profitable, and it was, he was able to do it. But he was scared, like any entrepreneur. It's scary to just take that step and that leap of faith and to do it. So he had mentioned it to me, and it was like, man, I wanted. And this is when he had, like, his old house. This was when his wife Shaw was pregnant with their first child, Olivia. They hadn't even had Olivia yet. And he was speaking to me. It was like, man, I kind of want to start a lawn care business. And he had the whole idea. He broke it down to me. And I said, why not do it? But he was scared, right? So I didn't want to, be too hard on him, because I really had to take the leap of faith myself to do what I wanted to do with reselling and doing eBay and stuff like that. If y'all don't know, before I started doing this with Al, I was a reseller. Like, and I was a dang good reseller, I tell you that much, because I knew, like, I didn't have to. If you do resell, you know that when you're out places buying stuff, you're most of the time on your phone looking at stuff to see if it's worth anything, or you just like trying to research while you're buying. I never had to do that because I've been like buying secondhand items since I was a kid with my dad and my mom. My mom used to love thrift shopping to buy Levi's and denim wash jeans and stuff all the time. And my dad just liked to bargain shop. So he used to always take me and my brother thrift shopping all the time and to flea markets and garage sales. And that became part of my lifestyle as a young kid. It continued to stick with me through high school. I would go to the thrift store for school clothes. I had my own style, and people like I would find stuff like really valuable things at the thrift store, and I still do. And people be thinking I'm rich. I'm like, man, I just know how to bargain shop. So before I start doing even working with Al with lawn care, I was doing reselling. And if any of y'all want to learn how to do reselling, I can teach you. If you want to learn something that's very profitable, if you have transportation, most of the time you don't even need transportation because you can deal with online options and you won't have to even go anywhere. So if that's something that you would like to learn how to do, I can do that on the second channel. I can take y'all out to garage sales during the weekend live. We can do live garage sale shopping to find stuff to give away on live streams and to find stuff to use in yards because man, y'all don't understand. That's what we're gonna do. That's a perfect idea. We are going to like every other weekend we'll go garage sales and the state sales live. And I'll show y'all some of the equipment I can find. That's a perfect idea. It's not far-fetched because we can look for lawn care equipment at garage sales. So much stuff people get rid of when they're moving, lawnmowers, weed eaters, hedgers, chainsaws, all type of stuff people get rid of. And I know how to bargain shop. I learned well from my dad. I learned really well. My dad is really good at bargain shopping. He could come in somewhere, something to be $50, he can leave out there with $10 paying for it. Like he's really good. So not only can I get stuff for myself, I can get stuff for y'all too. Cause I know a lot of y'all like to tinker around in your gardens and you like to do different stuff like that. I can get stuff and send it off to y'all to use in your own yards. Sound like a good idea to me. I know y'all down with garage sales, man. Y'all my type of folks. I know y'all like that type of thing. But you'll be surprised what you can find. I've given away stuff already, like on the channel that I found at garage sales, like vintage steel stuff. Like I don't know if anybody in here won some of that stuff, but I went to a garage sale about a year ago, and the person that was doing the sale, father used to work for Steel, and he was like really high up within the whatever store he worked in, so he had like one of a kind like shirts and all type of stuff. I gave that stuff away. He had vintage hats. I gave away. I know y'all remember. I gave away like two, like Steel vintage hats, snapbacks. Each they were worth like $150 each. Like I gave them away, but this is the type of stuff I'll be finding. I only paid probably $2 each for the hats. So you'll be really surprised what you come across, y'all. And you never know. We might find a zero turn one day. Like anything's possible. I've seen a lot of stuff, especially at estate sales. Estate sales are when usually a couple, maybe the husband or wife dies, and the husband or wife doesn't want to live with the items anymore. It just reminds them of their loved one. So they call a estate sale company. The estate sale company comes in. They value all the items within the house, and they sell everything. Like most time, people sell their cars, everything, like dishes, like pots and pans, everything in the house. I mean, down to the bath towels. Even some people have their underwear and socks still in their dressers and stuff. Like they sell everything in the house, and those are good sales because with them selling everything, you come across all type of stuff. I mean, there was a sale before I even start doing yards with Al. There was a sale I went to, and this man had to have over 500 edger blades, and he was just trying to sell them for $20. He was like, "Anybody want this big bucket of edger blades? Brand new, all sealed." But I wasn't even cutting yards then. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, like I could really take advantage of garage sales to get stuff, equipment, and save money at the end of the day. And I can show y'all how to go get people that want to start lawn care businesses always get scared because of the amount of money it takes to invest in equipment. I can show y'all how to bargain shop and come up on a whole fleet of equipment for super cheap. I'm telling you, I'm really good at this, y'all. I'm telling you, I can really help y'all. Watch. Just give it time. We're gonna start going garage selling. X is selling X is stuff. That's what happens too. That's what happens too. When I was in Atlanta, Georgia, um, the state sales really can be anything. You know, people can retire. I was in Atlanta, as y'all know, it's a big place for celebrities to live. And I went to one estate sale, and it was I think his name is David Pollock. He played for the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, he got hit hard one play, and he was put in a coma, and he had to retire early. Now, this was years ago, but now he's like an ESPN analyst and stuff. But at that time, he had to retire from the NFL. It's a sad story. And he had a mansion and all this stuff. He's still doing well, but since he's not playing football anymore, he doesn't make that same salary. So he had to cut back on some of his stuff, including one of his matches he had, and he sold it off with everything in there, and he had all type of memorabilia and everything. And I had been frequently going to this estate sale company sales every weekend, and y'all know I'm a mannerable person. I like to talk to people, and I'm a nice person. So these folks really like me, and it's dark, y'all, but we're gonna still go. These folks really like me, and they gave me the heads up. They said, "Hey, AP, we're having a estate sale for David Pollock. He's a ex NFL player. We like how you know operate when you come in our sales. As y'all know, when you go into a estate sale, you go into bedrooms. They have, like I told you, underwear, socks, shirts, folded up on the bed or in the closet on hangers and stuff. And me working for retail, um, I know how tedious it can be. And estate sales, they start Fridays and they usually end Sundays. So I was like, when I go in there to look at stuff, I like to look through things, because especially shirts. A really cool vintage T-shirt could be folded up to where it looks like a white T-shirt while it's folded, and you got to unfold it to see the graphics on it. So if I'm looking at folded shirts, I unfold them all the way so I can see if there's any type of cool graphic on them. And I always fold back stuff, and people rarely do that. Y'all know, you go into the mall. I worked in Spencer's, PacSun, and Zoomies, and that's the number one thing we have to do throughout the day is fold shirts back when people come in and just go through the racks or go through the metal consoles with the shirts folded on them. We have to straighten that up throughout the whole day, because people don't fix it back, and we don't expect them to, because they don't have to. We want them to buy stuff, but I know how much work that can be when you're running a sale. So the lady used to watch me all the time, and one day she was like, "I really appreciate you folding the shirts back, AP." She was like, "I really appreciate you folding the shirts back. Like, you always come to our sales, and no matter what it is that you touch, like, you put it back how you found it." And I said, well, I told her, and she was like, "It makes sense." I said, "Yeah, I used to work retail, so I know what y'all are dealing with. And you want to make sure that your sell is presentable. You don't want it to look like a ram sack when people come into each bedroom. So I'm gonna make sure I put it back." So long story short, since I was operating like that in their sales, and I talked to them before I leave and just build good rapport, she contacted me, or she told me throughout every sale I would come, she was, "I'm trying to get this NFL player's estate. If I get it, I'll let you know." She ended up getting it. All right. And she called me. She said, "AP," and this is her first time ever calling me. I gave her my number, and she gave me her card and everything, but I never expected her to call me. And she called me. She said, "I got the sale." I said, "What? No way." And she literally called me for a reason. She said, "I have, a proposition for you. Like, do you want to come in first?" I said, "Well, why? Like, why are you being so nice to me?" Like, I ain't said it in a weird way. I was just like, "Dang, why? Like, this your biggest sale you have?" And she said, "Because of how, like, good of a person you are. we can let you in first, and it still won't look like anybody touched anything because you're gonna make sure you don't mess up anything. We know that you're gonna buy something because you always leave with something, and we just want to take care of you for taking care of us. I said, what? I'm telling y'all, man, this is not my life. Didn't just start like this. This is how life goes. You just gotta be kind and don't look for anything in return. Just be kind because that's the thing to do. That's the good thing to do. And I'm telling you, life is better when you're kind. Y'all know it. That's one of my new slogans. Life is better when you're kind. It's plain and simple. It's not complicated. But she let me in first, and it was all type of stuff there because we're dealing with an NFL player's home, and it was a pair of Air Jordan sneakers in there. If you are a sneakerhead, I found some Air Jordan Oregon Ducks PE fours, the white, green, and yellow colorway, and she had a $2,000 price tag on them, and she gave them to me for $300, and I resold them things, y'all, for $7,000. So that used to be my old job before I started doing work with Al. All right, so it's dark, y'all. It's nighttime, but we still gonna pull up on Ulrich. We ain't gotta, be here for long. We just want to let him know that we're gonna work here tomorrow, so he knows that we'll be at the property. When I spoke to Ulrich, he did tell me that somebody actually broke into his home. He didn't tell me when, but he said somebody broke into his home before, so the cops actually monitor his home, which is a good thing. I feel better about working at his home, knowing that the cops monitor it. So he said the cops monitor the home, and he was like, because when I worked here before, he was like, I'm just letting you know in case something they come and wonder why you're here. But y'all know I ain't afraid of the police. I ain't afraid of the police. Let's go see if Ulrich is in here. We don't want to bother him for too long because he just got off of work. It's 5:57. What's up, man?
Oh, there he is.
You got some mail?
I did.
Yeah, a little Amazon
I
package.
didn't even look down there, to be honest with you.
I can't buy because that pallet's still there, huh?
You?
The pallet's still there?
Well, they wouldn't take the trash can with the pallet leaning up against it. So I took the pallet down. They took the trash can, emptied it.
What about the debris pallet? It's gonna take a while for them. That's why it's been a while since I came because I didn't want to start in the backyard until they took that debris pile. They didn't take that yet. You think you're if I chop down the debris, like you think your neighbor would mind? That's why I didn't want to start yet because I didn't want that pile to be there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll break the pallet up tomorrow night, and throw it in the trash can.
Well, I wanted to start in your backyard tomorrow. That's why I came here today.
Oh,
Just to
okay.
let you know I'll be back there tomorrow. I didn't want to just march over here without you knowing I would be here.
Well, got Okay, you don't want the pallet to be there, but you're gonna start in the backyard, right?
Well, this is the whole thing, Ulrich. Your neighbor is nice, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I really appreciate them letting us do that.
Yeah.
I'm just being considerate.
Okay.
Like if they're okay with me, like since you told me it's had to be a certain length of stuff,
Right.
I'll make sure like I don't make a mess when I make pallets. I like for it to be organized. I'll make
Okay.
sure I organize it, but that's just my whole concern is putting too much over there. Because I know you
Okay.
told me it's a lot back there, so I know
Yeah.
once I start getting to cutting stuff
Yeah.
up, I'll end up lugging off a lot of debris over there. I just don't want them to get upset with you, like, Ulrich, all right, this stuff is over here. If they're gonna come pick it up soon, then that's okay. I can just add the stuff over there. But I just don't want them to get upset with you.
No, they
I don't want them to come
they
bite
probably
you.
won't pick that up until Friday.
You think they're gonna come? Because you told me Friday and it's still there.
It's still there. They didn't pick it up then.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You told me
That's highly
Friday.
unusual.
That's what I'm saying. All right, man. Well, they'll pick it up. I'm gonna call them because when I worked with my friend before, we would call them and kind of alert them on the areas they need to be checking. Because sometimes they'll be picking up stuff, but they'll just skip past your road if they don't feel like it's anything down there.
Well, it depends upon how much you have in the truck, I imagine.
That could be it
if they
too.
get close to full, and they want to do a lot of little things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do, I don't want to hold off. I want to get your backyard done while the front still look good. So if you don't mind, can I come by here tomorrow and start on your back? What's back there? Because I can't see anything right now. What's back there? Like from what you last seen?
There's a mango tree. You walk through the gate. There's a mango tree right there on the left.
Okay.
On the right, there's some bushes that are right up against the house. But I'm leaving them there because they're a good windbreak in the winter.
Of course, and that's your mango tree too. Like
yeah.
This past season was a plentiful one. Like all the yards I worked on Wyoming, everybody had mango trees, and it was just plentiful. Mangoes everywhere. So I will trim a mango tree, but I don't like to bother with it too much because they produce. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do what I can.
Okay.
How about that? And then we'll go from there. And then usually I do a good job, but you told me you had a big what is it? Sweet gum tree?
Sweet gum, yeah.
So how is that? Is it just it got big branches on it? It got a big trunk?
I wouldn't trim that. I wouldn't mess with it.
You'll just leave it alone.
Leave it alone, yeah.
Okay.
But it's got a lot of little saplings and stuff from the seeds. Every seed that lands.
Oh, it just spread everywhere, and it got little trees. And okay, I'll clip that stuff for you.
Well, last time I went through there, I went through with a pole saw.
Yeah, and chopped them up.
Cut them down, tried to move them. Got about half of them moved, and got tired. Came in here and woke up about 2 days later.
I worked in the yard like that, where the whole yard was full of that, like just little trees growing up and stuff. And those can be hard because they don't chop down easy. They're hard to, they like you said, you had to go around with the pole saw and clear them out. So, all right, I ain't gonna bother you for too long, but I'll be here tomorrow. If I can finish it tomorrow, I'll do that. If not, I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday.
Okay, I haven't looked, but as far as I know, the letter's still in the.
Oh, the letter's still in there?
Yeah, in case somebody comes by and asks questions.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night, man. No problem, man. Take care. Oh, you watched some of them?
Yeah.
Did you watch yours?
I haven't forgotten that.
Check it out, man. Like people got good things to say, man. Like they love what I'm doing, but one thing about it, they praising you, man. They love you because they're like, man, because they don't see a lot of times where elders will come out and help. And that's not something that you have to do, and they didn't want you to do it. That's the thing, but they really appreciate you even trying to do something,
Oh, now you got my curiosity up.
No, they didn't want you to. They didn't want you to do anything though. They said if Ulrich don't sit down because they know like it can be serious what you dealt with in your yard, so they don't want you working like that. That's why I'm trying to come here while you're working to do the work. I'll talk to you later, man. I'll see you later, Ulrich. All right, y'all. I had to tell him and be honest with him for real. Like that's why I'm trying to come here while you working, because I don't want you to be working, man. I don't want you to be working. No. All right, man. So we're gonna go do Ulrich's yard tomorrow, y'all. Go and see Mr. Ulrich. Well, we're going to see his yard tomorrow, and we're going to start on it. I might go to Home Depot tomorrow and get one of those chainsaws that Al has, because ain't nothing going to stop me from doing what I got to do back there. So he said, leave the sweet gum tree alone, but it has little saplings that it has spread over the yard, so we'll cut that. So it's too dark, y'all. We're going to end this video here because I want y'all to be able to watch this back and enjoy it. Y'all saw there, we talked to Mr. Ulrich. We got the okay to come by tomorrow and Thursday, so we're going to go ahead and get into it, all right? I love y'all, and I think what I'm going to do from now on is release a video Wednesday and Sunday. How y'all feel about that? 2 videos a week, huh? I think I can do it. And it'll push me. It'll really push me to get back into doing the work with a nonprofit. And I've really been like on a tall grass high. Like I really been wanting to just get into some tall grass, and just get to work. Especially right now, y'all in Florida. I know y'all are in states where it's super cold, and I hate to talk like this, but in Florida, the temperature is just right for outside work. Like it's just right. There's enough sun to to feel good, and there's a cool breeze that comes by. So I'm ready to get right into some tall grass now. It's perfect weather. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. What I'm gonna do is I'll do another live tomorrow, just because this was a teaser. We didn't even see the backyard. So tomorrow when I get there, I will start a live stream of me picking up that little pile of debris that I weed eated on the side of the house. I know y'all remember when I got to that point, I just weed eated that little pile of debris on the side of the house, and I turned around and start doing more work in the front yard. We'll start there, and once I remove that pile, I'll take y'all on a tour of the backyard live, and then I'll end it, and I'll start my work. All right. So I love y'all. Continue to cut it up. Continue to be the difference. Do something nice for somebody today. Be kind. All right. Do something for somebody. It ain't gotta be crazy, but just do something. All right. And continue to erase a stereotype. If you were judged yesterday, today, or if you're gonna be judged in the future, always remember that nobody's opinions define who you are. Your actions do. Okay. I love y'all. And until next time.